lot in my classes, getting together with groups over Facebook and emailing back and forth to each other. It's used a lot in group work.
I've never had a Facebook ever before. I just didn't want to get caught up in it, and I didn't really see the point in having one. And then this semester I was kind of forced into getting one for my online class, and I've had to use it pretty frequently for that class, and it's not too bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And it's actually like really beneficial for this class, just to see what everybody else is posting and to see what their thoughts are on, you know, the chapter we're reading and everything.
You don't think about it much in education, but when it's there, especially I think with YouTube, which is the way I've had to use it, is to, you know, sometimes you watch videos that have to do with, you know, maybe interviews, documentaries, something that professors can use as part of the lesson they're trying to teach.
I use Twitter a lot on a daily basis, also Facebook. I use Facebook to communicate with my family. I'm in California, and on Twitter I use it more for work. I work at Dish, so they're always giving us information if there's any issues with channels, just basically getting us prepared before we go to work.
It's impacted me by being able to get in contact with people such as family, friends, old friends were from like my elementary school, family from Mexico where I don't get to see them often. It's also impacted me by being able to interact with others of different cultures, different backgrounds, where usually I wouldn't be able to get to know them because of differences, just because it seems like we wouldn't get along, and yet when it comes to networking, we've been able to get to know each other in different ways that we wouldn't personally get to know intimacy in intimate ways.
It's evolved a lot. You know, I mean, it started out where there was nothing, and then it was just like emailing back and forth, and now it's, you know, where it's instantaneous.
It used to be I am, and then it evolved when I was like 13 or 14, and then it evolved into chatting when I got like a couple years older, and then from there it went to MySpace, and now Facebook, and now also because of friends in school, I also use Blackboard to be able to get to them, to get to know them, and to be able to talk to them. Also in emails could be used as that.
It's almost like a file cabinet. You know where your address book is, but you don't have to worry about filling it up, because all it takes is a friend request, and they do the rest. You know, they fill it up, they update it. You're just there, and you know, whenever you need it, it's at your disposal.
Basically, you can talk to anybody, like see pictures from everywhere around the world. You can talk to people you normally wouldn't be able to, and also you can share your ideas with everybody.
On Blackboard here, I have a lot of group projects going on in all my classes, and it really helps to get all the groups together and to collaborate through Blackboard and have discussion posts and Facebook also.
Because of social networking, there has been a lack of intimacy within, whether friendships, relationships, within friends, family, even just people you get to know. You know, it's having to text someone, having to email, having to post a message on Facebook instead of talking face to face or sending a letter where there's more intimacy in that relationship. And so for me, that's a negative aspect, because you don't get to know that person in a face-to-face level. Now it's like, oh, I'll just send them an email, or I'll, even like for birthdays, you know, it's like I won't tell them personally, I'll go ahead and just send an event, and that's how they get to know it. It's just it lacks a lot of intimacy between that.
I never had one before because I didn't want to get, I guess I didn't want to use it all the time, every day, like 24/7. Like some of my friends are on Facebook 24/7, and I didn't want to be like that, so that's why I guess that's a negative aspect, being on it all the time and not having like interaction with people.
It definitely affects that social interaction, you know, that people have face to face, getting together outside, away from the computer.